LoreWarrior Online FLS-8K Flashman. Overview. A heavy and dedicated laser boat built for combat far from friendly supply lines, the FLS-8K Flashman entered production in 2701 and quickly became a mainstay of the Terran Armed Forces, and later the SLDF. The unquestionable effectiveness of this design made it a favoured target in the post-Star League era, culminating in the utter destruction of the Renault Prime factory complexes that produced it in 2796, but not before Defiance Industries of Hesperus II managed to obtain the design specifications and license to produce its own variant. This fortuitous event saved the Flashman from utter extinction, permitting its return, albeit in a more downgraded variant, for much of the Succession Wars. The recovery of the Grey Def memory core brought this machine back in its full glory, with Defiance once more churning out Star League quality FLS 8Ks by the mid-3050s. Capabilities. Originally powered by an extra-light engine, the Flashman was fast for its size back in its heyday. While it lacked jump jets, this mech's land speed and double-strength heatsinks enabled it to keep up with most contemporary medium and heavy designs, even while pouring a wall of laser fire into the enemy. Backing up its formidable array of large and medium lasers with a head-mounted flamer for anti-personnel work and a psychological deterrent, the Flashman also boasted an anti-missile system to weather incoming enemy fire. Deployment. Because of Defiance Industries' foresight in acquiring the Flashman specs before their original lines were destroyed, the Lyran Commonwealth became the second largest user of this battle mech through the Succession Wars, after Comstar. Nevertheless, with the downgraded efficiency of their 7K model, these machines failed to stand out over time and were ultimately relegated to second-line roles. The technology renaissance of the 3030s and 3040s allowed Defiance to work toward the reborn 8K model, but it wasn't until the 3050s that these mechs truly returned to their former glory. Variants. Defiance Industries' downgraded 7K model is no longer in production, having been replaced by the reintroduction of the 8K design, which differs from its Terran version only in name, brands of weapons, and components. The 7K variant, which features a slower standard engine, standard heatsinks, and deleted both a large laser and the anti-missile system to retain the rest of its capabilities, can still be encountered from time to time, however. Defiance also produced a limited production variant for Comstar in the early 3060s. The 9C upgrades the large lasers to extended range models, replaces the forward-mounted medium lasers with pulse models, and adds a C3 computer. To free up the room for these modifications, it utilizes an endo-steel chassis and removes the flamer and AMS. Notable mech warriors. Lieutenant Colonel Damon the Indestructible Kirkpatrick. The commander of the Kirkpatrick's Invaders Mercenary Battalion, Damon Kirkpatrick earned the moniker of Indestructible for his dubious habit of losing mech after mech in heroic battle while suffering nary a scratch. During the Kaunburg conflict of 3063, Kirkpatrick's Ride, an 8K model Flashman, continued this fine tradition when its fusion reactor suffered catastrophic damage during a desperate battle inside the capital city of Stuttgart. To Kirkpatrick's credit, his Flashman, Demon Fire, accounted for 6 Lasat battlemech kills in that action, including a pristine Caesar caught in Kirkpatrick's final blaze of glory. As usual, Kirkpatrick himself escaped his emergency ejection with little more than a black eye and a skinned elbow.